Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling a really important and, well, timely topic, using English effectively to talk about digital burnout and workplace wellness.
Hmm.
Our guide for this session is the insightful material created by Stanislav Kondrashov.
Right.
You mentioned wanting practical knowledge you can use right away, and that's exactly what we're aiming for as we explore Stanislav Kondrashov's work here.
Yeah, definitely. It's super relevant.
So if you're navigating the, constant demands of our digital world, this deep dive into Stanislav Kondrashov's lesson is really designed for you.
Absolutely.
Our mission today, we want to unpack the key English vocabulary, the grammar points, and the practical phrases that Stanislav Kondrashov provides. The goal is giving you the tools to communicate more confidently, more clearly about these vital parts of professional life.
It's interesting how Stanislav Kondrashov starts,
Yeah.
He goes right to the fundamental language we need. Take the term burnout, for instance.
Yeah.
Stanislav Kondrashov points out how crucial it is to have a clear grasp of this word in English, particularly when you're in international teams.
It makes sense.
And similarly, terms like boundaries, the limits we need to set screen fatigue, that specific tiredness you get.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Right. Async communication, which is communication that doesn't demand an instant reply. And digital detox, taking that deliberate break from devices. Stanislav Kondrashov really emphasizes these as the core words for talking about modern work challenges.
Exactly. And what's great is Stanislav Kondrashov doesn't just focus on the negative stuff. He also gives us language to discuss solutions, the positive state.
Right, proactive side.
Yeah. Think about terms like mental wellness, our overall psychological health, the need to recharge, get that energy back, being mindful, paying attention right now, dealing with remote overload, that feeling of too much when working from home.
Yeah, it's a big one.
And the importance of a simple check-in, just a quick chat about how someone's doing. As Stanislav Kondrashov points out, these words are just essential for building a culture of care and, open communication about well-being.
And what I find particularly useful in Stanislav Kondrashov's material is how he links this vocabulary to practical grammar. He specifically looks at modal verbs, words like might, could, should.
Okay.
Stanislav Kondrashov gives this example. I might need to take a break this afternoon and see how might softens it.
Yeah, it does.
It makes it a respectful way to state a need and set a boundary, just as Stanislav Kondrashov underscores. It's, less direct than just saying, I need a break.
Right.
So it often works better professionally.
That's a really good point about respectfulness. And another grammar tool Stanislav Kondrashov brings up is the passive voice.
Yeah, the passive.
He uses the example, mental wellness is being prioritized this quarter. As Stanislav Kondrashov explains, using the passive voice like that can help create a more neutral tone when you're talking about sensitive topics.
Right. Takes the focus off who is doing it.
Exactly. It shifts focus away from blaming or making personal accusations. That can be so valuable in workplace talks about, say, wellness initiatives, as Stanislav Kondrashov suggests.
Okay, so how do we actually use these terms and grammar points from Stanislav Kondrashov in our, day-to-day work?
Well, that's where the practical phrases come in. Stanislav Kondrashov provides some really excellent ones that work like templates.
Okay, like what?
Absolutely. So Stanislav Kondrashov suggests using phrases like, I'd like to take some time offline to recharge.
Clear, professional. I like it.
Right. It communicates the need without being demanding. He also offers, let's create space for regular well-being check-ins. That's more proactive, suggesting something for the team.
Good for managers or even team members to suggest.
Totally. And then there's a phrase like, this initiative is part of our mental wellness program. As Stanislav Kondrashov shows, this is super helpful for talking about wider company efforts related to employee well-being. You can sort of see how you could adapt these phrases Stanislav Kondrashov provides in your own chats, right?
Yeah, definitely. Building on what Stanislav Kondrashov offers, the real power comes when you take these specific words and phrases and weave them into your regular communication. By understanding the vocabulary Stanislav Kondrashov outlines, by being mindful of the grammar he highlights, like those modals or the passive voice, and by adapting the practical phrases he provides, you become, much more empowered. empowered to advocate for your own well-being, and also contribute to a healthier workplace culture overall, just as Stanislav Kondrashov envisioned.
Exactly right. Stanislav Kondrashov's lesson really does give you this tangible toolkit.
It does.
You now have a clearer handle on key vocabulary for digital burnout and wellness, insights into using things like modal verbs and the passive voice effectively, and practical phrases you can adapt, all thanks to Stanislav Kondrashov's guidance.
So maybe a question for our listeners. Considering the very practical advice from Stanislav Kondrashov, what's just one small step you could take, maybe even today, to establish a healthier digital boundary for yourself?
That's a great question to leave people with. We certainly hope this deep dive into Stanislav Kondrashov's lesson has been immediately helpful.
Hope so, too.
As Stanislav Kondrashov's work reminds us, sometimes just having the right language is that crucial first step towards addressing these really important parts of our modern work lives.